It's 4:58 on a Friday. The developer ships it, works on my machine, ops deploys it to the server, and it crashes on startup. Every developer alive has lived this exact moment. Here's the strange part. The fix isn't a smarter server. It's the same idea that in 1956 made global shipping 25 times cheaper. One standardized steel box did that to the entire world's shipping. Software just had its own 1956 moment, and it's called Docker. Today we explain why containers exist, with cargo, before the box. Welcome to Docker Explained. Video 1. No prior knowledge needed. Every term gets explained the moment it appears. And stick around for stop number 4. It's the one most people get completely backwards. Here's the route: 6 stops, 1 shipping port. First, the old dock, why loose cargo was a nightmare. Second, the box, the one standard that changed everything. Stop 3, the myth, the thing almost everyone believes about where Docker came from. Stop 4 is locked for now. It's the real answer, and it's the payoff of this whole video. We'll earn it together. Stop 5, the cheat sheet. Your decoder ring mapping the old dock to Docker, and we build on it every single video. And stop 6, the bonus. We open your very first box, live in the terminal. One analogy the whole way. One shipping port. Every idea in this video maps to an object on the dock, nothing outside it. Keep an eye on stop 4. It stays locked until we've earned the answer. Stop 1, the old dock. Picture a working harbor in 1955 before anything was standardized. There are barrels, sacks of grain and coffee, wooden crates, and odd lots of every shape and weight you can imagine. Every shipment was a different shape, so every shipment was hand-loaded, hand-counted, and re-rigged from scratch at every port it touched. Nothing fit together because nothing was the same shape twice. And that mess had a staggering cost. Loading a ship cost more than the cargo itself. A ship could sit idle in port for days while dockhands loaded it piece by piece. Things got dropped, broken, and conveniently lost, and the labor to load it often cost more than the goods inside. Here's the insight that matters. The bottleneck was never the ship. The ship was fine. The bottleneck was the packing. Now hold that thought, because software ships in exactly the same way. On your machine, your app rides on the exact operating system you have, the libraries you installed, the specific versions, the environment, and honestly, a bit of luck. Ship that same app to a server with a different operating system and different library versions, and it breaks on startup. That's what works on my machine really is. Loose cargo, re-rigged at every port, breaking somewhere along the way. Quick prediction before I show you the answer. Think about this one. What actually fixed global shipping? A better ship or a better box? Picture your answer before it appears. Most people reach for the ship. Build it bigger, build it faster. That's the intuitive guess. And it's wrong. The answer was a box. In 1956, a trucking entrepreneur named Malcolm McLean put cargo into identical steel boxes, same size, same corners, same locking points, every single time. Suddenly, it didn't matter what was inside. Every ship, every crane, every truck, every port already knew how to handle the box. You stopped solving the cargo problem and solved it once for a box. Stop 2. The box, pack once, move anywhere. The payoff was enormous. Loading went from days to minutes, and shipping got about 25 times cheaper per ton. Why? 3 properties. The box is sealed, what's inside is isolated and can't spill onto the deck. It's standard. It fits any ship, crane, truck, or port. And it's stackable. You can pack a deck densely, thousands at a time. Notice the trick: the box never changed the cargo inside it. It changed everything around it. And that is exactly what Docker does for software. Docker is that box for code. A Docker container holds your app, plus its libraries, plus its runtime, plus its config, everything it needs, sealed into one standard container. And because it's standard, it runs the same way on your laptop, a teammate's laptop, a server, or any cloud. They all handle the box identically. Pack once, runs anywhere. It's the 1956 idea applied to software. Now we've reached the locked stops number 4. One more prediction. Did Docker actually invent the container? It feels like it must have. The whale, the boxes, the name. Hold your answer for a second. Here's the myth, and it's the one almost everyone believes. The myth is that Docker created the technology that isolates apps. It didn't. Linux already had the raw pieces, ways to isolate a process and cap its resources, for years before Docker existed. What Docker actually invented was the standardized box and the whole workflow around it. A dead simple way to build a box, share it, and run it anywhere. And that's the exact lesson from 1956. McLean didn't invent steel. He invented the standard. The genius was never the steel. It was the standard. And that unlocks stop 4. The genius was the standard, not the steel. Here's your decoder ring, and we build on it every single video in this series. The old doc maps to Docker, loose cargo maps to an app all tangled up with its host machine. The steel box is a container. Any ship, crane, or port maps to any laptop, server, or cloud. And the shipping standard itself. That's Docker. 4 mappings, 1 doc. Pause and screenshot this one. It's the backbone of everything that follows. Time for the bonus. Let's actually open a box. You type docker run hello world. First, Docker checks your machine, and it can't bind that box locally. You've never pulled it before, so it pulls the sealed box down from the warehouse, the public registry, in a couple of seconds. Then it opens the box and runs it. Outprints hello from Docker. 1 box pulled, opened, printed, and gone. So what just happened? In plain English, Docker looked on your machine, no box there yet. It pulled the sealed box down from the warehouse. Then it ran the box, and it would give that exact same result on any machine on Earth. Notice what you did not do. You didn't install anything, configure anything, or fight any versions. You ordered a sealed box and opened it. That's the whole idea. Loose cargo, the box, any port. That's the arc of this entire video, and of Docker itself. The lesson is one line: stop shipping loose cargo and start shipping the box. Everything else in the series is just learning how the box works. Quick challenge before you go. What's the worst works on my machine story you've ever lived through? Drop it in the comments. The more painful, the better. I read every one. Next video, we answer the question you probably have right now. If a container is the box, then what on earth is a virtual machine? That's VMs versus containers, explained with ships versus boxes. See you on the dock.